Okay, so this is going to be my first video on the Elantra. A little background on this car. When I first got this car, I thought to myself, you know what, I want a car where I can work on a little bit, figure out how it works, and basically do what this channel is going to help me do. Apparently I should have been more specific, because I thought I'd be dealing with stuff under the hood. But nah, this car has given me a whole history of weird other things that I don't even think about. Like, for example, what I'm going to work on today. I give you a quick little background on that. When I first bought the car, like I said in my intro video, the quarter window was missing. I had broken a few door handles, etc., etc. I spent about 10 hours on a Sunday with my uncle fixing all of those myself or with him. As soon as I finished that on the drive home, the alternator died. Once the alternator had been fixed and I went to my mechanic and picked it up and I started driving to do whatever else I was doing, the splash guard slash wheel well on the front driver's side, that decided to give out. That's what I'm going to be working on next. So as you can see right there, the splash guard for my left front wheel got all torn up. Not really sure how. Right now, I'm using tape to keep it from flipping out and falling onto the ground. Actually, when I first noticed it was while I was on the freeway. I just got on the freeway and then out of nowhere, I just heard this certain sound like turns out it was that thing dragging on the freeway. I had to stop twice to get it back in place. So now I'm headed on my way to the pick apart to get a new one. And here we are. And here is the new splash guard. As you can see, it's got a bunch of dust and dirt on it. I know it's going to end up just going under the car anyway, but I'm going to take a quick second to clean it off just to make sure there's no spiders or anything left on it from when I got it from pick and part. Okay, that's the splash guard over there. I just gave it a quick rinse. I'm not going to do any major cleaning because A, I don't have anything for that, and B, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take it off in the future, well, in the not so distant future anyway, mainly because of this thing that I just realized when I looked at it again. Now, on the other side of the car, where the splash guard is, you can see A, it's not dented, and B, it has this little brace mud flap looking thing right here. I actually have that for the other side from when I got the wheel well as well, but this gigantic dent right here is gonna make it kind of hard to line the thing up exactly the way it should. So I'm gonna do what I can, but eventually I'm gonna take the splash guard back off once I figure out how to deal with that. But in the meantime, I'm going to actually take off the wheel. I'm pretty sure I can replace the wheel without doing it, but it gives me a chance to show you this. Now, when I first got my car, it came with this scissor jack. Pretty standard issue. It's actually worked out okay for me in the past. I've had to change my tire a few times with it and it didn't get me any trouble. It just takes forever. So, I decided to upgrade to this beautiful little floor jack right here. So this will be my first time using it. With any luck, I don't break something. Now that the tire is off, here is what the splash guard looks like. Since I didn't record when I took it off at the pick and part, just imagine this with a lot more dirt and cobwebs. Okay, so now I have both of them off. Here's the new one. Got a little bit of dust on it again, but that's okay. And then here's the old one. Good indicators that it's the old one are there's a gigantic hole in it, and the fact that this got all mangled up by whatever dented the edge of the fender. Like, kinda weird. Not sure what happened there. And then take a look again. Yeah, this thing is pretty much bumped in on itself. So, like I said, I'm gonna attach the new fender. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a few pieces that are gonna act kind of funky because of this, but that's okay. Had to get a towel to lay down on because I don't have a creeper yet. And this is the new wheel well. It's in is about as far as it can go, considering some other parts have been knocked to the side a little bit. So, for now, I'll leave it here. I definitely want to get it fit a little cleaner because there's some parts that just don't fit now. But next up will be the test to make sure I can put my tire back on without it rubbing against anything. And this is how the tire is sitting. Looks like it should do okay. I'm kind of worried that that's going to start flapping a little bit when I get up to speed because I'm smacking against the tire, so I might try to tape that down and back a little bit, but yeah, here it is. And this is about what I have left. One of the brackets broke. Luckily, I kept everything that I got from pick and part, and then these are just left over because I couldn't put them because of the bent frame. Kind of reminds me of that funny joke I saw from John Caparulo where his dad used to fix stuff on his car, but then he broke other stuff in the process. Like, oh, I fixed that leak, but now your windshield wipers don't work. Well, why don't my windshield wipers work? Because I needed a screw. Now I get it. So to make sure there's no trouble with the back of the wheel well, I decided to throw some tape on it just to make sure it stays in place. Okay, so that's the end of my first attempt at working on my car. So on the upside, the front of the splash guard is not going to come off of its bracket and start dragging on the street anymore. Downside, the back can't be properly attached because of the massive dent in the frame. So I'm going to call this one a wash for now. I'm not giving up. I'll come back to that one later after I see what else I can do right now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.